On May 24th, 2023, this past Wednesday, Bungie unveiled their brand new PvP extraction shooter Marathon to the world at the 2023 PlayStation Showcase. Marathon is their first new IP in almost 10 years since Destiny, all the way back in 2014. There isn't a lot that we know about this new Marathon game, but what we do know is that it's going to be an extraction shooter like Escape from Tarkov, The Cycle, and Hunt Showdown, and that it will be heavily player-driven. In a newly released ViDoc, Christopher Barrett, the game director on Marathon, has stated that they will be combining the rich history of Marathon with the intense PvP of an extraction shooter, where the players will be a part of the narrative. In Marathon, you'll be playing as a runner, who will be exploring the surface of Tau Ceti 4 for mysterious artifacts, implants, and weapons. These weapons, artifacts, and implants will then be used to improve your runner and make them stronger, as is the gameplay loop for most extraction shooters. Like most extraction shooters, the game seems to be very high risk, high reward, with multiple ways to win in a run, surviving not being just the only option. Finding the most artifacts and getting enough pieces to create a prime artifact, or hunting for even more valuable loot, also seems like one of many viable options players can pursue. In the ViDoc, they also say that what runners will be doing will be exciting, and will be unfolding over the course of a season, with the developers wanting to have Marathon be heavily player-driven. As an example, the developers imagine a scenario where players could happen upon an alien key that unlocks a new zone, and the first players to achieve this goal would be forever immortalized in the game, and then must find out how to unlock that zone for the rest of the player base. The visuals in the game are striking, landing somewhere between sci-fi and cyberpunk. One of the developers on the team described the style of Marathon as graphic realism, bold, colorful, stylized art. Looking at the game myself, I'm very excited with the direction that they're taking it visually, as it looks like a fresh take on the Marathon art style, as well as keeping some designs and philosophies from the original game, almost in keeping with that 90s sci-fi aesthetic and feel. Those of you who have been Bungie fans for just a little longer than most people may recognize that this technically isn't an original IP. Marathon was originally a first-person shooter, Doom clone, boomer shooter, whatever you want to call it, that was released all the way back in 1994 for the Mac and was heralded as one of the Mac's killer apps that would rival its Windows counterpart, Doom. In Marathon, you play as a security officer who was stationed on the planet Tau Ceti 4, who was sent up to the colony ship Marathon in orbit above the planet, which has since come under attack by a conglomerate of alien races known as the Four. With the help of one of the Marathon's onboard AIs named Leela, you are tasked with restoring functions and defenses and trying to ascertain the situation, all the while fending off the Four assault at every angle. On the surface, Marathon looks like your average 90s shooter, but below the surface of that sweet boom shoot is a story and narrative that at the time had not been seen in most first-person shooters, going so far as to dabble in the thoughts of our own existence, subjects on the rampancy of artificial intelligence, corporate greed, free will, and even what lies at the end of time and space. With the last game in the series, Marathon Infinity, being released in October of 1996, it has been almost 27 years since fans of the series had received any information on whether they would be getting a sequel. That ended this past Wednesday. If you guys want to see more content like this, drop a like, leave a comment letting me know, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be playing the Marathon games this weekend live on YouTube, so if you want to, hop in and say hello. We just finished the first game, and by tomorrow, or today, wherever this video comes up, Saturday, we'll be starting Marathon 2 Durandal. Marathon is one of my all-time favorite games, and I can't wait for a new generation of Marathon fans to be welcomed into the fold. And just to preface for the channel, still working on the animations, none of that's going to change, still working on other stuff. I just wanted to make this video because I'm a really big Marathon fan and I'm really excited. Anyways, catch you guys later.